way you can do this without using a brush or your hand or whatever and mess is I just got a lid from a jar. So it's the same sort of thing. The jar belongs to my crushed glass, so it doesn't matter if I get some in there. And each time you have to, so this German silver is quite heavy, so it drops to the bottom. So each time I have to scoop it at the bottom, and then I just go like this. Watch, I've got this guy underneath, and I'm just going so I'm not losing any, and they're all coming up to the edge nicely. And any mess that you make is only on the board, and then you can use a little brush and just brush it up. I reckon this is much easier this way, so I'm just going to do it this way, I think. Little tip for you. And when I do the center, I have my little cup in there, not a cup, lid, and then I'm just going to move it with my back of my brush, just because I don't want to put my hand in there, and it falls straight in. Keep moving it till you get it. Oh, I have to put my hand in it. Got something. Oh, the holder underneath is in the way. That's all right. I managed. And see, going great. That German crushed silver is so heavy it wants to come out first. I need to add some more quartz in there. It comes out first, so I've just been scooping the quartz. And some of this. I wish I can remember where I got this crushed glass from. I'll leave a little sample in there so just to remind me to try and find it. It's so nice, and it actually feels like glass under your fingers. It's just really nice, and yeah, it's good stuff. Anywho, let's go. Oops, I did make a little mess down there, but that's alright. Okay, so that is that. I've got to make sure that I've got nothing on my board, because I don't want any of them peeking out, and I just want to brush it all, and hopefully they'll stick to that glue. I don't want any movement of this. Okay, so I'll be back soon. Okie dokie. Now that I've done that, I've cleaned my board. Maybe there's a few hanging around, but I can deal with them later. But what I want to do now is go around with my glue again, just in front of the, just like that. This is just to stop and also secure the gems, and it will dry clear, so it doesn't matter, and it'll be covered with resin anyway. But this is just for extra precaution, because I don't want this glitter or gems. I keep calling it glitter, maybe because it keeps glittering in front of me. I just don't want it to merge in with the rest. Oops, that way. Oh, must have had a little blockage. Okay, so that's that. That's going to disappear and go like a dull, clear, transparent thing on my board. And I can even go a little bit more, and maybe just with my fingers, just add a few more in there, just to kind of fill in some of those areas. Oh yep, forgot to do it here, didn't I? So I'll go around here and do it the same, just on the outside, just to, like I said, stop any movement and seal in. Come on, it must have some sort of a lump in there. Doesn't want to. Ooh. Alright. Well, let that dry nicely. I've got things to do anyway. I want it all to set up nicely and dry, and then I can pour my resin. How exciting. Okay, here we go. Making sure you're all lined up and everything. So, my PVA glue is still a little bit wet. It doesn't concern me. It's going to be fine. And now I'm just going to, oh my gosh, that's going to be such a nice colour. Now I'm just going to mix up my pigments first. For the newbies, always put your pigment in your cup first and then add a little bit of resin to it and mix it into a paste. I would recommend that you don't mix your colors on your board. Do it on the side, because the little particles of your pigment might fly on your board and you won't see it, and or you might knock your cup and it'll just spill everywhere. I'm just doing it on my board now. I've got a little paper there just so that you can see what I'm doing. So let's see how this color turns out. Remember, this was that really lovely pink velvet and a bit of that white satin. Oh my goodness, that is really lovely. Really lovely. If you need to learn how to mix a resin, I'm going to try and remember and put a link to one of my videos so that you can learn everything about resin and how to use its pigments. Oh my goodness, this is so nice. I like it a lot. And we're going to add some more. If you can't find it on mine, or if I forgot to put the link, just go to Naptime Creations. Tish has a lot of beginners videos, tutorials, and they don't go for too long, not like mine. So, you know, you will learn a lot. Okay, so let's just stir this in. What a gorgeous colour, quite transparent. Okay, so we've done those two. Now, in here I have pigment paste. It's a metallic gold and it's called a Molten Gold. So I'm just putting, actually I'm just going to do about that much. Try not to get too, you know, bogged down into measuring exactly or copying, you know, what people are teaching you exactly, because you just sometimes have to just work by eye and figure how much you're going to need, how much do you want to put in on your piece, and of course the ratios, that's important for pastes. 5% maximum. Okay, so we've got that there now, and I'm going to add some more. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to need that much gold, but anyway, I'm going to go with it anyway. And this is just a regular plastic cup, and I just cut off that rim because it makes it more flexible and easier for me to use. I'm just seeing how transparent it is, and it's quite transparent. And I can add a little bit more of my paste now. Never double dip, because you're going to ruin your paste. I'm just going to put about that much in there, and just sort of find a clean spot and just go like that, and then pick it up and stir it all in. It's got to be mixed in really well. You can get away with it with the powder pigments or glitters, anything like that, but pastes need to be stirred in really, really well. Okay, so that is my molten gold paste. So what have I got in here? That's my glitter. I wanted a little bit of white. Okay, so I've got my cup here. Resin goes in first. So it's opposite. With the powders, you put the powder in first. With the paste, you put in the resin first. And the reason for that is, if you put in the paste down first, you may not be able to stir it in properly. You may still get some at the bottom of your cup, and you don't want that. You definitely don't want that. And nice, same sort of thing. Give it a really good stir. Once that is done, I think I've got enough colors. There's a lot of gold there. I might actually grab another color, but let's see what happens. Sometimes I just start and then see where it takes me, and I think that is the best way to do it. And see how I'm scraping each time, because I still have some of that pigment on my stick, and just scrape in the edges, and there we go. That is that. So I'm just going to go with my resin first. I've mixed about 220 milliliters of resin, and what I want to do is I'm just going to go around. My PVA glue, as I said, is not dry yet, so I'm going to have a go at going around here first. Just over the top of it. It's not going to affect my glue. Go straight over it and make sure to seal that. The board I have sealed. I haven't primed it, but I've sealed it with acrylic varnish. And I would recommend, I would normally, well, ideally, if I have time, I would go around and varnish first, just like spray varnish will do. It dries really quickly, and then put a primer over the top of it, some gesso or something like that, and let it dry completely. Then give it a good clean, and then you're right to go. Use it. Okay, so I'm just going around, trying to go all the way up to the edge and not spill too much. So that'll do for now, and I think I'm just going to pour it now. Just like this. Nice thin stream if you can for this type of thing. Just to cover all of those. They should be stuck to the glue, but this just gives it extra. And also, if there are any sharp edges, the resin will cover it up nicely. Oops. I want to get some, actually, I just want to make sure that I've got, you always get really nice effects when you have a clear down first. Just really helps with the movement. That's what I like it. So I'm just going to go around like that, nice and thin, and just spread it with my fingers, because I want to keep a little bit of resin in here for Ron, you know, for later on. And now I'm just going to use my fingers and spread it into a nice thin layer. It's going to help the movement. And then I'm going to start. I have leveled my board. My table is leveled, but sometimes, you know, the board might be a bit too thin, or it might not be perfectly flat, so you need to make sure that you go around and level that. So hopefully it'll be alright. It won't give me grief. For geode, you really want those colours to sit where you put them. Or you can wait a little bit for the resin to start to thicken, and then it shouldn't move as much. Or use thicker resin. There's so many options. Yeah, I think I covered most of it. You can also get one of these silicone brushes, which are really good. See, I was a little bit rough here with my finger, and I pulled that the glue. But yeah, see, this brush is working great, because I can go all the way like that. Now most of it is covered. Don't want to go too close. All right. Okay. Another thing I want to show you is, as you can see, this is a syringe. It's been used in a previous piece, and what I did was, while it was still wet, I just stuck this skewer in there, and look at that. The whole thing comes off, and look how pretty. You can save these little skins and use them. Looks like a nail. Anyway, getting sidetracked. So now that I've got my syringe here, I just want to make sure that it's clean everywhere. Wonder if that's inside. Alright, easy way to clean it is just get a stick. Will that fit in there? Yep. I'm just going to pop it in. Just go around and see if I can. If it comes off, that's great, and if it doesn't, that's great too, because it means it won't come off anyway. It'll just stay there, because this is pretty tight. I know I'm working over my piece here. Just, you don't do it. I'm just showing you. That's why I'm doing everything here. Here we go. In it goes. Oh. Okay, so this should be pretty clean now. Not perfectly clean, but I don't have time to muck around, and I don't have another one of these this size. They're either bigger or smaller, and this is a good size for this. So I'm just gonna suck it up. If I get any bits and pieces in there, it's not gonna worry me. It's a geode, but it's a really easy way of applying. Gosh, come on. Need another hand of applying a perfect line, and hopefully don't get any bubbles in. So there shouldn't be any bubbles in here now. I do want to clean the top of it like that, and possibly, if possible, push this right up. I want to get rid of my, there we go. I want to bring this up. You know what I mean? Okay, let's go. I know there's too much talking and too much things happening, but I think you need to know some things. And this is not going to be easy. You've got to stretch your hand, and I've got this little pinky finger here. It's stopping that from moving. Hopefully it'll work. Let's start with a small one first. I want to go real close to my, here we go, and I'm going over that PVA glue, and well, once again, it doesn't matter if, sorry, concentrating now, does not matter if the line is sometimes a bit bigger and smaller. Okay, see what's going on, my arch moving. Oh, here we go. I was putting too much pressure on it, not allowing it to move. Oh dear. Anyway, and like I said, I'm not an expert in making geodes. There are so many people that do them, and you can learn from them. I'm just showing you a method of it, you know, how it can be done. Oh, here we go. Decided to just flow out now. I'm going pretty fast. I'm going with its pace, you know. I've got to move. Doesn't help when you have sticky hands. So, in a sense, it's good to learn from someone who hasn't done this, but who knows how resin works and how the pigments work. There we go, that one's all done now. Put it aside. So we sort of were learning together. And then you can go and have a look at some other geode making videos and get a better perspective. Okay, so let's go now. I might go just a little bit with my gold. This is going to be very tricky. I might actually do a spout thing. See if I can do it. So just layering the colours. Comes out. Okay, that looks pretty good. Let's go with this gorgeous colour, and I'm gonna have to mix some more because I won't have enough. Oh my gosh, that is so lovely, absolutely stunning, stunning. Okay, see if I can go about there. Great Mother's Day gift if you have one. And if you don't, make one for a neighbour or a grandma. Okay, so I do like this colour, and I'm going to mix some more. I don't know if I'll be able to match it exactly, but it doesn't matter. Still going to look nice. Put that aside for a minute, and let's go now with this gold. Which is going to be very interesting. Let me just help it a little bit. See, the resin's starting to thicken a bit, which is not a bad thing. Just going to help it spread. I might just use a heat gun for the minute. that gap that I have there, I'm just going to go in with this gold and fill in that gap. Now this is going to be a bit tricky. This is a different gold, really bright, hence the name, bright gold. Okay, that's lovely, really nice. Okay, let's go with this gold around here now. I will make some more. I've got to go down low because it keeps going zigzaggy on me when I'm up higher, so I'm just going as close as possible to my white. Oh, slippery little sucker. Righto, so I've got that now. That's really nice. I'm going to go with this gold, and I do have a little bit of white left. Should I or shouldn't I? Let's see how much resin I've got. Not a lot. Not a lot of resin left. Let's see anyway. I'm going to see if I can mix up some more of that lovely pinky colour. Here we go. That was equal parts of pink velvet and satin white. Resin is quite thick now. I might just heat it up a little bit with my heat gun. Okay, that's loosened it up a little bit, which is great. Now I'm just going to pour it everywhere. It is a bit darker, which makes it kind of fun. Let's go. Different shade, does not matter. I'm just going to go like this now, and maybe like create those rings, which is always funky on a geode. I'm going to go around with the white and the gold as well. So just dragging my cup now. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's getting quite thick now, so I better hurry. And this is a fast setting resin that I'm using anyway. Okay, put that aside, and okay, let's just go around now with my gold. So I'm just going to drizzle it. When you start feeling the cup feeling a bit like it's warming up, it just means that you need to speed up your work because it's starting to react. The two components, the part A and the part B, they start a chemical reaction, and they start, you know, to heat up. It gets pretty hot. Anyway, I'm just going to go with this gold, stretch, stretch, stretch. Oh, a bit shaky there. It was weird. I'm going to go in with this white if I still have, where's my stirrer? I'm going to fill in these areas. I could even go just with my hands and do that. Now let me just put a little bit of white and then I'll mix them together. Heat first. Careful, could be really hot. This is what I want to do. Blend them a little bit. You don't have to do this. I always get my hands involved because I just love the feeling and I love the effects that I get. That's why I'm doing it. Yeah, getting quite thick. So lovely to work with it when it's thick like this. I just didn't want to see that board underneath. I wanted to camouflage that, so it worked. Let's go around here with the white as well. It's getting thick, so it doesn't want to work with me. That's why you go slow. And when it's thin, you go fast. Nice. Maybe a little bit more of the gold around, and I might even get some more crushed glass and put some here and there, like little clusters. However, I think I want to take my gloves off because they're really sticky. I do want to use my torch now. That looks quite nice and subtle. Oh, there's a little hair in there. Righto. We're going to pull it out straight away. Look at that. Right. At this point, just because I've got it here, I want to go around with a little bit more gold. All of my gems here are being flooded, which is not a good thing. I may need to flip my board. See, this is what I mean. Let's flip it around that way. And make sure it's on right. And hopefully it'll pull over this way now. Like that. Right, so just because I have a lot of gold, I might go around with some of it. See that white, how it's sort of disappearing, and I've got some nice cells here. I do want to go around with my gold and do a couple of more nice rings. But I think I need to add some more crushed glass and some more gems, because I've lost some here, which is not a good thing. I will add some more. Okay, so give me a second and I'll go get some. Just before I do that, I'm just going to put a little bit of white. I've got some white left. I had quite a bit of resin left and I just wanted to use it up, so I've put some in a mold, but I do have a little bit of white left, and I just like the effect that I get with the white and that lovely pink that I created there. That is nice how it's all merging and everything. So it may not look awesome at the moment, but it will do its thing. Okay, we will use a heat gun now. I might use my other one. Just wiping it in case I've got some dust on it. Seem to be pulling this way, so I'm hoping that it's not warping on me. I might just leave it where it is and just lift it up, because I've lost all that there. Luckily I have some more gold left. Now I'm just using my my skewer here and just going around and creating some really lovely rings. That's very kind of random. It also helps to break some of the imperfections. Just kind of going over that gold a little bit. See, pulling that now. Makes it a little bit nicer, I think. And over here, same sort of thing. Helps with those rings. Just want to break that. Because I had movement going this way, it sort of wrecked it. Right, so I've only got enough time to go around and fix areas that have lost some of all these goodies. So I'm just going to go and add them on the edge, just delicately, because we need a lot of this goodness there. Oops. And some more here. You can even wait until it's almost set and it's still tacky to do it, just to ensure that it doesn't sink too far into the resin, but this resin is almost ready to go. So it's a fast setting one, so it'll set in a couple of hours. It'll be ready. Oh, that is nice. Yeah, just what it needed. I'm going to go this way now, it's easier for me. And it's covering all the bits that you want to hide. All that lovely crushed glass coming out. Don't have crushed glass, you can use glitter, but you won't get this texture. Use different gem. Oh, that's so lovely, look at that. Let's go in here a little bit. Oh, there's none left. Okay then. I do have some gems. So there you have it. It's not hard. As you can see, I could do it. You can do it. Just adding more texture, that's what I'm doing. That should stick nicely. Let's go in here a bit. And that'll be it, done. I know what this center part looks like. Trust me, somebody will say it, but oh, you know, it was just a quick design that I did. Didn't think. Some people have a dirty mind. So I will change the design, but anyway, just showing you. Look at that. How cool. That's it, all of it done. That's it from me, guys. Just going to torch it a little bit, just to blow the bubbles, bust the bubbles. That is that, and I will see you shortly when it's all set up and ready to be handled. Bye for now. Okay, so I can't help myself. I've decided to go around and add some lovely glitter. This is a really fine glitter, and I'm just popping it right on top of what I have here. Probably not everywhere. I'm missing some spots, which is what I want, so I just thought I'd let you know that. Yeah, it needs some good old-fashioned shimmer. That's what it needs. And because the resin is so tacky now, there's no problem for it to stick. So just going gently and carefully, going nice and close, because I don't want this glitter to fly over onto my piece. And that should be really nice and glittery and lovely. Okay, let's flip her over and just show you how easy it is. You don't even have to peel this liquid latex off. Like, you can if you want to, but everything comes off. All these drips come off real easy. But just watch this, because I'm going to cover the back of this board anyway, so it's going to have a really nice artist's paper covering the back of it, and put some hangers on there. Or you can even turn this into a tray if you wanted to, but just showing you by applying some liquid latex how easy it is to just pull these off. And it's still pretty soft, so I haven't waited for my resin to be completely rock hard, if you know what I mean. So here we go, just pulling everything off nice and easy. There you go, from the center, just using my bare hands. Look at that, it's all coming off beautifully. So just another little tip for you, because otherwise resin sticks really well onto MDF board. So if you don't apply something like this liquid latex, and it goes a long way, it's going to be really hard to take these off. So look at that, within a minute I've got all of it off. Beautiful. See that? No drips. And if I wanted to, I could even take that off, but it doesn't really worry me. It's going to be covered anyway, so I'm not going to waste any time on it. Anyway, I hope you got some really nice tips. I really like my first geode on an actual geode shaped board. I think it turned out pretty good. What do you think? Let me know. And let me know if you're a newbie, if this helped in any way. Okay, thanks for watching, you guys. Bye for now. Okay, here we go, out in the light. There's no sunlight, but it's brighter out here. Quite interesting. I like it a lot.